So I was scrolling through Twitter the other day and I saw this debate raging. Obviously, debate, Twitter, great. But I saw this debate raging about, have movies been better than they are now? Are movies better now, or were they worse now, or are they better before? All of this stuff, and there was tons of people chiming in. There have been tons of YouTube videos chiming in about this subject as well. But I'm here to tell you that movies have never been better than they are right now. Now, what do I mean by that? There's already people that are, filling out their comments section with, movies suck now. Well, if you go back through the history of film and you look at a lot of movies and you look at a lot of years for movies, there's some years that stand out. 1981, 1977, there's plenty of them out there. Those are two big ones. There's 1988. For horror movies, it's completely different. There's tons of great horror movies throughout the 80s, the 90s. But if you look at the not just the big top tier movies and you go down a couple levels, you will see that there's a bunch of really bad movies that got released at those times. There's a bunch of terrible movies that we don't remember anymore because they're terrible. Now, look at a year like this year with Dune Part 2, with movies that are dominating the box office like Deadpool and Wolverine, like others that have come out this year. And whether you like or hate Deadpool and Wolverine, it is a cinematic achievement of itself to have that much box office draw for an R-rated film. And there are people out there that are screaming, oh, Marvel's ruined film and all of that. But if you look at just like movies in general, the act of filmmaking, it is so much easier to make a film now. If you go watch the movie The Creator, great movie, came out last year, Gareth Edwards directed it. He shot it with a camera you can get at Best Buy. This isn't with the red camera, with the, $100,000 film equipment. This is with a camera that you can walk into Best Buy, you can plunk down your money and buy it there. That's what they shot that film with. I can shoot a movie with my iPhone. My iPhone is older and it can still shoot a movie that looks great in 4K. You can shoot a movie in 4K with your cell phone. So that's adding to the whole fact that it's never been easier to make movies. If you want to make a movie, you go out and you make it. It might not be this big Hollywood production, but guess what? It'll be your movie. Movies that come out and just flop are better these days than movies like that in the past as well. The filmmaking, the effects, the editing, the writing, everything. Nothing has been better than it is today in film. And I know that sounds hard to believe for some people because, obviously, what about all these great movies that have come out in the past? Yeah, but you're going to look back on the year 2023, 2024, 2022, 2021, all of that. As time goes on, we look at things in a different light. We look at things in a better light. We look at things and we yearn for the past. And we're in the present right now with this era of film, and you're going to yearn for the past. TV, that's a different story. Streaming has kind of destroyed TV for a little bit here. The 8-episode, it looks like a movie that's getting chopped up. That's a different conversation. That's a different argument. But movies have never been better. Really, you're getting so many good movies every single week coming out. And for the people that are, I brought up box office, but box office gross is only one portion of it that's telling people how great a movie is or whatever, or how good it is and how much people enjoy it. People going to go see a movie a bunch of times at the movie theater, guess what that means? That means they're enjoying it. That means they're going and they're enjoying things. So this whole argument where it's about, movies have always never been better, or movies have never been worse. It really comes down to the person. I'm an optimist when it comes to movies. I review movies for a living as my job. I love movies. I live, breathe, eat movies. I have worked on movies before. I've been a production assistant on feature films. Big and small. I know what goes into making a movie. It is an outrageous amount of luck, a miracle that any movie gets made. Any movie. It is magic. They say it's cinematic, it's filmmaking magic. It is. It is the biggest team effort you can imagine. Think of the NFL, think of a football game, and stretch that out over 4 weeks to 4 months, 6 months, however long your shooting schedule is. That is what it's like to shoot a movie. And then Only when you're done with production, you go into post-production, where you edit together the movie. And so you shoot the movie. No one shoots their movies in chronological order. You have to pick out all these pieces, pick out all these performances, and the performances and the pieces of the movies have never been better. They really haven't. They've never been better. We have such great talent across the board. Great writers, great editors, great cinematographers, great directors, great actors, great producers, not great executives. Executives, screw them. Film executives suck. That's the only part of this that is saying that this is the worst time we've had for film executives. You have people like David Zaslav and some of the other pasty people that run movie studios and run them quite poorly, to say the least. But other than the executives, the people behind movies have never been better, and it's just showing in such an amazing wealth of movies that are coming out every week. If you like horror movies, go check out what's coming out on Shudder. They have the best movies possible for horror coming out every single week. Go to the movie theater. There's plenty of movies out in the theater right now. It might seem like, oh, it's a slow time. Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine's going to be #1 at the box office again, or maybe Alien Romulus. There's so many movies that are coming out that are just under the radar because they're not getting marketed, whatever. It depends. Once your movie is done and it's out and it's on to release, it's kind of a crapshoot unless you're doing a Deadpool and Wolverine where, you know, you have the gigantic weight of Mickey Mouse behind you. Outside of that, there's movies getting put on streaming every day. There's movies going to Netflix, to Hulu, to Paramount Plus, to Apple TV, to Peacock, everywhere. It is such a great time to be a movie fan, and it really takes just a sort of, mindset of, if you go into something and you go into stuff and you say, oh, I hate everything, you're gonna hate everything. If you go into something and you're saying and you're hoping it's good and you're not expecting too much, you might enjoy things a little bit more. Maybe log off Twitter, don't check out those fan pages or whatever. I work in entertainment media. I know how it works. We're designed by websites to hype things up through the roof and to make it so that you go and see it. But you check your expectations at the door for certain things. Don't get too hyped up for things, and you might enjoy things a little bit more. You might enjoy movies a little bit more. What do you think about this topic? Do you think that movies have ever been better? Do you think that movies suck now? Let me know in the comments and what you think, because I think movies have never been better.